E3 here, embodied, empowered, and ecstatic, just as I am. That name was given to me after I humbly requested in an ayahuasca ceremony with my teacher, ally, friend, and shaman in a private ceremony, July 2019. I asked him, I said, I've been thinking I want a new name, but I don't want to just give myself some hippie name and think anything in my life or mind or my soul has changed. So I don't know exactly what I said next, but I asked him if he would give me a name because I've been working with him for many years and it just felt right. So it was just me and him in the ceremony, sitting on opposite sides of the altar. Then he laid down and I'm pretty sure he fell asleep. It looked like he fell asleep. So I thought, I'll just lay down too and take a nap. And then, I don't know how long it was, but it was not just a 30-second nap. It was a little while. Hey, Carolyn. I'm talking about the story of how I got the name E3. So in the middle of the ceremony, it looked like the shaman was sleeping. And then at one point, he got up. Hey, Eric. And then he said, E3, embodied, empowered, and ecstatic. That's your name. I said, okay. That was in July 2019. So that's, I don't know how many months ago. July 2019. You know when that is. So since then, I was like, wow, that's a cool name. Ethan's a cool name too. And they're just names. But if we're going to label our soul, body, mind continuum, why not have a conscious name? I mean, in some cultures, they don't even name the child until, I don't know, months or even sometimes years. They just call it baby. They don't even label it. They don't put it into a box like we do, even before the baby's born. I'm just seeing who's here. Hey, Carolyn. Hey, Eric. Even before a child is born, we confine them with a name. If you speak English, we confine their unlimited soul and consciousness. Hey, Sunshine. Wow, it's great to see you here. So yeah, even before the soul leaves the mother's womb, we're already putting limitations by giving it a name. In some cultures, they don't even name the baby until months or years afterwards. And in some cultures, it's not a single mother or father or even a mother and father raising the child. It's a community. How far have we come from this? Very far. So if you're going through challenges, don't beat yourself up, because I know for me and many of us here, we've been born into this insane world, disconnected from nature, disconnected from community, and you know the story on and on how it goes. But don't worry, there is hope. Because all of us here still have those memories of home. That's why you're still here. So part of what I'm trying to do, it's very humbling, very painful, every single day. I mean, like 2 nights ago, the pain was worse than I've had in months. And that includes after the head surgeries. It's crazy. So it's like, and then there's good pain. So I have to force myself in a freezing cold shower. Well, I don't have to, but if my soul calls me to do something, if I'm able to, I do it. So it's like all day long pain. And then if you want to see it, I'll send you a new art piece I made tonight. So that's kind of painful because it's like, gotta let the ego die and just let the art come through. So I'm happy to send you that art if you'd like to see it. I know in some ways, these are like first world problems, right? I'm lucky I have a phone, I have a bathroom I'm sitting in. So, I'm trying to remind myself if I have a nice shirt somebody gave me. But yeah, the name E3, the shaman gave to me in July 2019. And it was almost like, not almost, I mean, it's hard to describe in words, this shaman. And I'm the last person to like worship anyone or, you know, the guru thing. It's not like that at all. It's almost the opposite. It's like this shaman, what he wants is people to awaken to their own power and their own connection to God and their own creativity and their own life purpose. So, but he gave me that name, E3. It was like he could see, he knew that I was going to have the stroke. He knew that I was going to have all the surgeries, all the pain, all these challenges. So he gave me the name E3, which eventually I turned into an affirmation in my head. And then maybe like 8 months ago, I started to do the E3 affirmation out loud. And just kind of as a practice, every day, do it a few minutes. So that's what the whole E3 thing is about. It's just a name. But again, if we're going to have a name, why not have one that's empowering? We only have this life as it is, and then we leave this form and we go into another form. But while we're in this life, why not make the most of it? You know, it's hard at times. At times it sucks. Speaking as a human. So yeah, all of these things, it's good to explore. It's like the inner child is awakening in the planet. The Christ consciousness, the Buddha consciousness, however you want to call it, the Krishna consciousness. Ram Dass's guru, Maharaji, he said that Christ and Krishna, they're the same. So I thought that was very interesting. Like but again, it goes back to the names. Us human egos, we like to name everything and identify and like label, and quantify. We ask children, how old are you? How old are you going to be? It's like, we got to stop that crap. It's like, and Hanuman. Thanks, I forgot about that. Hanuman, Christ. It's like all of these names, they could be gateways to liberate ourselves or enslave ourselves. External language and internal language. So that's what I'm doing in my own life, and I'm trying to help other people. What's the biggest addiction? One of them, language. That's a tough one. And the darkness knows that, especially corporations that are not in our highest interest. They are quite literally getting us addicted to thoughts, sounds, and images, and we are giving our money that we give our energy for to them for their thoughts, words, sounds, images on a screen. It's very interesting. I guess it's not good or bad, it's how we use it, but I've learned over the years, especially these last 16 months of near death, extreme pain, even now, it's like most people had this pain, they'd probably go to the hospital immediately. But I'm just, I can distinguish between the pain and the danger in the body. If it's danger, I'm not going to push through that because I don't want to hurt myself. If it's just pain, I'll deal with it as long as I can. Then if it's too unbearable, then, recently I've been using Aleve. But yeah, then there's the good pain. It's like, either way there's pain. Like a freezing cold shower or doing a few squats are extremely painful for me, extremely painful. So yeah, I'm hoping this video can help at least one person. I know I'm not trying to like rant or anything, just trying to share my experience. And because I feel like on a certain level, we're all going through the same thing in our own way. I guess it's all perfect. Our souls are all on the perfect path, but we shouldn't have to be in pain. Like, it's like we have karma and all that, but there are technologies available right now And the only reason some of us don't have access to them is money. Not because we're sinners or we're bad people or we have bad karma or anything like that. I don't believe so. I believe, like, again, the world we've been born into, or many of us have, and the society and the system is set up. It's not set up to help us have optimum health and optimum longevity and connection with nature and that. So I think it's important to remind ourselves of that at least once in a while, to have some compassion for ourselves. Because I know for me, sometimes I'm really hard on myself because I have such high standards that, like, sometimes it's like it's not blame, but I'm trying to take responsibility for everything in my life. And I guess on a certain level, we all co-create this reality. But it is important to acknowledge that, basically to have compassion to the world we've been born into and try to create a new one. That's what I'm doing in my own life. Much easier said than done. Doing my best. But it's like, in a sense, I created the glioblastoma, you could say, with my past thoughts, fears, escape patterns, things like that. But at the same time, I didn't create it. Like the toxins that were in the environment, the toxins that were in the food when I grew up, that I wasn't even aware of, etc. And then also personally, I feel like it's part of God's plan. Like, isn't this pretty amazing that if and when I fully heal and create beauty in my life, isn't that kind of a cool story? But I wouldn't have that story if I had like the perfect life and no pain, no brain cancer and all that. So this could be spiritual bypassing, you might call it that. But for me, it's not. I truly believe that, wow, this is awesome. Super painful. Dangerous, in a sense. Well, not dangerous, but like death could happen. But yeah, I've come to the place where I'm just viewing it as a cool story. Again, much easier said than done. This is a daily practice. Like right before this video, I took a freezing cold shower and do this all day long, and then all these other uncomfortable but helpful practices. And believe it or not, it's extremely painful to type with my left hand. And again, I'm grateful that I even have a refurbished computer to type on. Not many people do, or not everyone does. But even to type with my left hand is extremely painful and extremely slow. But I'm using it as occupational therapy because I want to write many, many books. Same thing with guitar. Same thing with breathing deeply. It's extremely painful to take a deep inhale. Wow. So it's like all of these practices. And so talk about like starting over, That's what it feels like for me every single day. In the beginning, I would get frustrated and like try to push through, but then that would just cause more pain. So it's like, if I do nothing, that's going to cause pain. If I push too hard, that's going to cause pain. But it's like deep inside, I don't feel sick. Like there's nothing wrong with me. That's how I feel like inside. Might sound crazy, but I haven't been sick once the past 16 months. No sniffle, no cough, no stomach ache, no fever, no diarrhea, no constipation. I haven't been sick once. You could say I have the deadliest form of brain cancer in the world. And for the past 16 months, I haven't gotten sick once. You can ask my mom if you want. My dad. I was living with my mom at one point and my dad. I was in hospitals literally with head infection, blood and pus coming out of parts of my head. I have pictures if you want to see. They're pretty gross and pretty cool at the same time. I was in hospital then. I didn't get sick once. There were people with COVID at that time. I didn't get sick. So it's like, what's going on here? Well, the body is pretty amazing. And also, I'm lucky. And then also miracles are real. And also it's kind of strange because it's like all of the dis-ease and all the years of stress and trauma and unhealthy patterns, it's like they all went into there. And then the energetic reasons. Every disease has a physical component, a mental, like a belief component, energy component. So it's like they all went there, but the rest of the body, very interesting. I feel healthy. So I'm grateful for that. Oh yeah, so when it comes to all these different practices, yeah, it requires mindfulness because I feel like an advanced yogi, if I had to label myself as that, I feel like, well, I'm not an advanced belly dancer. I would say I'm an advanced beginner. I studied in India for like 10 months with India's #1 belly dance teacher. She wins all these competitions. She has her own school. Her name is Payal Gupta. I miss her deeply. And that, yeah, like why would I belly dance? Well, I had a vision in an ayahuasca ceremony of belly dancing. So through a bunch of synchronicities, I had a chance to go to India and study by myself the first time there, dancing every single day. It was so hard. It requires extreme strength to do that. It's not just the belly, it's the whole body. It's actually technically Egyptian dance. They just call it belly dance. So I feel like a dancer. I feel like many things, an artist, a musician, a way shower, a healer. So I feel like you have those dreams too in your heart. You have those energies of who you are. Like if somebody cut off a finger, like, I would still have the same dreams. If somebody cuts out part of my skull, same dreams are still there. So I've had to really look at these things, especially being so close to death at times, and in a very intense, painful situation. Like, what am I doing each day? Do I want to just heal? And then what? You know, it's like, do I want to just get out of pain and then what? I think these are important questions to ask ourselves, at least once a day. You know, it's very liberating. It could be a little bit scary, but this is why I think February 6th, I have to set the date with the person who's helping me host the course, but I'm teaching a course. It's probably going to be called 5 Seconds of Surrender, Mastering the Death-rebirth Portal, with Ethan Sisser, a man with glioblastoma and a vision. So I'm going to help people explore their own relationship with the death energy, with fear, with the dreams in their heart. And we're all going to use the exact situation we're in, as well as leveraging past experiences to feed the visions in our heart. And especially with the situation in the world now, this is going to be a very cool course, I believe. It's cool for me because there's like so many challenges and pain every day. So to be present with other people and support them will be pretty cool. It's almost like, well, it's very different than a mother giving birth. Much different in so many ways, but for me, and it's not nearly as painful. Well, right now, at times, I have no idea, actually. But it's like when we're in intensity, sometimes that's when intuition can come through. When we're just sitting back and chilling out, you know, zoning out even, the intuition might not be as strong. But when we're in a very intense situation, when we're focused, when we're a little bit or maybe even very uncomfortable, often that's when intuition can speak clearly. Now that doesn't mean hurting ourselves, but that means getting slightly uncomfortable. And when we're uncomfortable, the passive machine mind will kind of calm down. And then the living mind in your heart, your intuition, can awaken. So that's one reason I love the cold showers, because they instantly calm the passive machine mind. Like instantly. in a very cold way. So yeah, I'm doing my best to use these technologies. Awesome. Sunshine, that would be amazing if you could join us. That would be the best thing in the whole world. So I'll put out the prayer that if your heart wants to, it will happen. It'll be great and fun. We'll have a community. We're each going to be activating love in our own life and manifesting miracles with each other. That's the whole point. It's not about, like, I don't want to just struggle all day, every day, to have a good life. I don't think we came here to struggle. Again, that's a whole other lie that we've been told, that we have to struggle. Like, I've seen proof that I don't have to struggle to experience miracles. I've had so many miracles every single day. It's actually a miracle being here with you right now. Really, that's a miracle. I'm sitting in the bathroom here right now, just me and toilet paper and some soap and camera, and you're here wherever you are. That's pretty miraculous, I think. So I'm very grateful for this. And why not create more miracles? Especially now, we need miracles. we need miracles. We need meditation, whatever meditation means for you. For me, it means connecting with my unique vibration. It means connecting with my unique vibration. It means consciously speaking to the universe. Yeah. I mean, you could say silence also, but for me, silence and my unique vibration, they're very much related. So yeah, I feel like that's what we are all creating. Yeah, Sunshine says no more struggling. Like, yeah, no more struggling. Let's visualize struggling is a thing of the past. There are all these lies that children are taught to believe. They're taught to believe that we have to struggle, we have to sell our time to survive and live and eat. We have to, there's like a subconscious belief we have to do it alone. At least in the culture I grew up in, you have to get successful and succeed. There's competition. But the new energies we're moving into are community, miracles, real magic from the heart and love, prosperity, connection to the earth, shamanic practices. Now, a big part of shamanic practices, you could call it grace. Like, you don't have to struggle or earn God's love and nature's love. It's available. You just have to be humble and show up. You know, what a concept. Wait, I don't have to clear all of my sins and karma to have love? No. So I believe that's what's coming to the planet. And thanks again for being here, everyone. I'm trying not to like rant or waste your time, but I just wanted to share because some people have cancer, might be viewing this, or I don't know. How old am I? I don't know. What's a good number? Well, it depends. Does my age start at conception, or does it start when I leave my mother's womb? I don't know. I was born May 13th, 1984, so 36. But my soul is 40. I have an old soul. Not just kidding. So yeah, I'm kind of dealing with my own past karma and dharma. By the way, I saw a bumper sticker. It says, "My karma ran over my dogma." I didn't get it for a very long time, and then I was like, wow, I get it now. It's kind of funny. At first, I just didn't get it. So, yeah, I'm in a death-rebirth portal, whether I like it or not. This is every single day. It's like the pain in the head, the pain in the whole body. And then just sometimes it seems random, like 2 nights ago, and it's a little bit better, but the right eye started to feel like a vibrating and pain and pressure. And then the head felt like the worst head pain I've had in months. So instantly I was like, wait, is the tumor regrowing? Is there inflammation? So I had to calm the mind and not freak out, and then just stay present with it. So that's what I'm doing. And then all these expenses that insurance doesn't cover, like thousands of dollars that the doctor is letting me pay it off, and my mom, who's laying out the money with her credit card. So I'm trying to not freak out and trust that I can heal, I will attract prosperity and abundance. And it's not easy, but doing my best to stay in the prosperity and trust energy, because it's very different doing something out of fear. It's kind of cliche, but versus doing something out of faith. So, I don't know how it's going to happen or when, but I'm putting the energy towards that. My body and every area of my life will heal. And when the fear comes in, just, actually what I like to do is I like to stand on an acupressure pad, which is very painful, but it's really good. So often when the fear comes in, I stand on the acupressure pad in front of my altar and then look at the different stones or look at a picture of Ram Dass's guru, Maharaji, and then just pray and communicate. And does it even really matter if it's just a picture or it's an external thing? I don't think it matters. I think the universe hears us. Anything can be a tool for prayer. My nose, my big nose. I could touch my nose and pray, "Dear God, please bring sunshine blessings. I am praying to the nose God, that my nose and the cells in my nose and the wisdom in my nose can breathe in beautiful energy and breathe out prayers to sunshine and everyone else who is here." So, yeah, it's kind of funny, but it's also true. Literally everything is energy. And we can pray to water. Oh, and by the way, you are made up of water. So the water listens to every thought. Now don't worry. The water will just pick up. Well, don't worry if any fear comes. The fear will release. Just focus on the loving thoughts. Imagine that the loving thoughts are being absorbed, the fear thoughts are releasing, and the breath will help you. So it's like every breath in, it's more good energy. Every breath out, automatically, without thinking, your breath is helping you release the energies, if that makes sense. Like when people go, or it's like we automatically do those things so we can use the breath and sounds consciously. That's why toning is beautiful. Toning. Hey Siobhan, sorry if I'm saying your name incorrectly. Thanks for being here. Welcome to the Death-rebirth Portal. I guess it's possible. I don't think so, but it's possible I could leave the body in a few weeks or a few months and not come back. It's possible. I mean, the 3D reality is that there's glioblastoma cells in the brain. So, I'm trying to stay present to that. And then it's not even like, I'm going to make the most of every day. I'm going to go to Disneyland because who knows how long I'll live. No, it's like, I believe each of us has the same soul purpose, regardless if we have a day left to live or a year. I guess there's more we could do in a year than a day, but that's how I feel anyway. So Death-rebirth Portal. The Earth is definitely on a Death-rebirth Portal. Like a snake, the caduceus, isn't that what it's called? The medical caduceus, like the serpent up the staff, or like the Kundalini energy. The earth is definitely shedding her skin. So in a sense, we don't even have to worry. We just have to like hang out and trust the earth, stay connected to the earth, follow your intuition, and then just, it'll be okay. There's so much fear right now. Where's the safety? Like, is there one place that's going to be safe? I don't think so. I think every day, if there's any safety, it's following your intuition. It's probably the only safety there is. I know it's hard. It's hard for me. I know it's hard for other people. But I think this is the new energy we're moving into. You could say more of the feminine energy. The masculine has been dominating for so long. More so the imbalanced masculine. So now we need more of the feminine to bring things into balance. We still need the masculine, so we need the integration, but we definitely need more of the feminine energy. And what better feminine energy than the earth? So this is a real thing, because the dark energies want us to focus on the fear. They want us to focus on the worst possible scenario. They want us to project fear into the future. It's not easy. Like, I know people have it a lot harder than I do, even though with the cancer and the pain and everything. So it's a real thing. Like, it's not just in your head. If you visualize something, and if billions of people visualize something collectively, we're putting that energy into the collective, into the ethers, into the energy realm. And the dark forces know this. What they want to do is use the mainstream news and media to basically, how do you put a memory into your consciousness? Well, you put it in there in the first place, and then it becomes part of the memory bank, you could say. So what the darkness wants to do, what they're trying to do, is they're putting the language. Like, why does everyone say stay safe? Why are people even thinking about saying that? These dark forces are quite literally programming how people think and speak and dress and eat and live. It's quite amazing. It's a psychological study, what's happening on the planet. But don't worry, love is more powerful than fear. Infinitely more powerful. Infinitely. I've seen that in my own life, and I really believe that is true. You don't have to believe me, you can experiment. An ounce of love is so much more powerful than all of the world's fear. Like, you know the saying, like a little candle can light up a dark room. It's quite true. Plus, a little candle can, you could pass it on to one person's candle and then another, and with one candle you could light up a whole room. So that's what we're doing here. That's what I'm trying to do each day. So it's going to happen. It's inevitable. There's going to be a tipping point where the love just, like, imagine if, just like people are consumed by fear, what if they were consumed by love? People love love. They love positive energy. For the most part, everyone deep down inside is a good person. Be safe. You could say whatever you want. I don't really say anything, actually, besides these live streams. Sometimes it depends. You have to use the language, and then use it with love. Because if people don't speak the same language, then just get into a conflict, and you kind of have to be ninja. But yeah, it's important to be mindful with our language, if possible. I don't want to be like anal about it, but these are very important things, and let alone with children. Like imagine how easy it is to program adults to speak, to cover their faces, to protect themselves so they don't get sick, so they cover their faces. But then you can't see their smiles. You can't see their smiles if they're covering their faces. And smiles are important for social connection. And this is part of being a human, to smile and to connect with other people's smiles. That improves our immune system. I am strengthening my immune system right now. I am improving the serotonin levels in my brain right now. I am creating optimum health right now. I am becoming immune to you-know-what right now. So imagine we could do this with adults. Imagine how easy it is to program children. They just want to do what mommy and daddy does for the most part. So, yeah, wow. What an earth we live on. But don't worry, for every, there's an opposite, equal and opposite. Yeah, let's say that. Namaste, Satnam, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Yeah, maybe I'll say that. Love and respect your life. That's awesome. I love that. Love and respect your life. It's good. We should make a sticker. So, but yeah, let's use the language to bring in love. Easier said than done. But yeah, I'm grateful for the pain. I don't like it at all. It's getting a little better, but it's like, wow. And who knows, this whole year could be extremely painful for me. So what am I going to do? I'm just going to expect there's going to be pain, and I'm going to do my best anyway. And then if there's less pain, I'll say, thank you, God. Thank you, universe. This is a blessing. That's one approach. I don't know if I'll do that. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. What else? Well, if you're going through any disease or sickness or it's so hard to say. Everyone's situation is individual. If you're going through brain cancer, I don't even know what to say. I wish I could talk to each person individually, but it's just, there's too many people and only one of me. So I'll be praying for everyone here. Prayer is real. I have a lot of angels, so I'll ask them to help. And we're so close too. We're so close to the mass awakening. This can't be stopped. Oh, it's not going to stop me anyway. And there are many people who feel the same way. Many, many powerful people, billions of times more powerful than me, who have love in their hearts. And there will come a point where all of those powerful people with love in their hearts unite. Right now, the dark forces are united. The light forces, well, in our hearts we are, but it's like, you know, who has the money and then all that. It's, you know, often the dark forces, but that's changing. So I have to go just because it's getting late and I've already done a lot today and there's been a lot of pain. But I'm doing my best to heal. I can't wait till there's less pain. I've been training my mind and my soul a lot. It's pretty good. I mean, it still has work to do. But I can't wait till I could like sit cross-legged in meditation without leaning against a wall, without pain. Can't wait till I could do yoga without extreme pain and danger. Um, Many other things. So it's just taking it day by day. So thank you so much for being here. If you're still here, you have a purpose. Doesn't mean you have to do anything. Quite literally, just by you being here, you're living your purpose. I know that might be hard to feel sometimes, but just by your soul being here, you are adding blessings and miracles to the world and quite literally to my life. So thank you very much for adding your light to the world. I know it's not easy, but it is going to be worth it. Hang in there. Really, really beautiful, miraculous things are going to happen. Sometimes they happen at the last minute, but they are going to happen. So sending you love, and I'm asking my angels to bring you lots and lots of blessings. E3 here, embodied, empowered, and ecstatic, just as I am, just as the world is. And may you be as well. E3 here, wishing you well.